I never thought this would actually happen. I thought it was a possibility, but I didn't think they would actually do this. But North Wilkesboro, once again, is back from the dead. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Lines. My name is Jet. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. It's a really great Saturday, especially for Grassroots Racing fans, because for the first time in 10 years, North Wilkesboro Speedway will once again have racing at its venue. A press conference was held earlier today at the Bristol Speedway by Speedway Motorsports CEO Marcus Smith, who has announced that North Wilkesboro Racing will have Grassroots Racing at least for 2 months this year in August and October. Now, what's interesting about this is that it will feature a multi-week racing event with multiple classes on the original asphalt track all month in August. Then in October, North Wilkesboro will remove the asphalt. They're going to dig up the asphalt and will have that month in October all month long racing on the original dirt track. Because remember, in 1947 on back, North Wilkesboro was a dirt track before it was repaved or paved with asphalt. So for August, it's going to be all month pavement racing on the original track surface. And then in October, they're going to be racing all month long on the original dirt surface. And then after that month, a repave will be in place at North Wilkesboro. And they will also use that to determine what does the future look like for NWS in 2023 and beyond. And by the way, if you're wondering what type of racing it will have, like I said, grassroots racing. So street stock, super late models, pro late models, limited late models, open wheel modifieds, late model stocks, Hornets, those types of grassroots racing type of cars that will be racing at the venue in those 2 months at the very least. It's kind of funny because it comes full circle. I don't know if you know this or know the history about how NWS ended, but it was bought halfway by part owned by Bob Bear. Another part was owned by SMI, and then Bruton Smith was the CEO. And they decided to shut down North Wilkesboro so that New Hampshire could get an extra day while Texas Motor Speedway can get a new date and be part of the NASCAR Cup Series. That basically is what killed NWS, was really Speedway Motorsports. So now it's kind of funny how everything's come out full circle. Now that no one cares about Texas Motor Speedway now, and how that's falling and attendance is not good over there, and how everyone's wanting back North Wilkesboro, it's kind of funny how life works. It comes around full circle. Now, another part that will be interesting about this is that will the second time work? Because 10 years ago, a decade ago, 2010, 2011, North Wilkesboro Speedway did have grassroots racing. I think even drivers like Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney participated at that racetrack, but due to funds, costs, and everything like that, they shut down. But now you have a team like SMI, who, let's be honest, they're pretty loaded with money. And I guarantee with the promotion that they're going to do and the infrastructure changes that they will do to that racetrack in the future will help bring North Wilkesboro officially back to life and back to racing in the long run. Now, a lot of things came into play on making this all possible. First one, number one, Dale Jr. was a catalyst into bringing back North Wilkesboro, with them going to iRacing and having them scan the racetrack, and then doing the Pro Invitational Series, competing at the virtual NWS during the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. That helped bring the discussion of bringing North Wilkesboro Speedway back to life and got a lot of traction. And then on top of that, the county had, or at least North Wilkesboro, on top of that, North Carolina was awarded $18 million to at least 3 North Carolina racetracks, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Rockingham, and North Wilkesboro, set to benefit from funds as part of the American Rescue Plan, and they're going to use that money to help with the infrastructure and improve the racetrack so that it can hold up to 2022 standards instead of 1996 standards. As for what the future looks like in terms of NASCAR itself, Marcus Smith was asked by the media on what does the future look like for NWS in any of NASCAR's top 3 divisions. Now, he has stated that he believes it would be a perfect place for the Truck Series, and he said the earliest conservatively would be around 2024. Granted, the repave is going to take some time, and they want to make sure everything is ready to be able to prepare to jump on board of any NASCAR's top 3 divisions, but he says it would be perfect for the Truck Series. As for Xfinity and Cup, he says, simply put, that he doesn't see the infrastructure or the size of the facility to be able to withstand holding an Xfinity or Cup race. But crazier things have happened. The last 2 or 3 years in NASCAR have told me that never say never. Marcus Smith may say that Xfinity Cup are nowhere near North Wilkesboro's direction, but depending on the crowd turnout and how much traction it can NWS can create, Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the decade we could see a race in North Wilkesboro for the Cup Series. I will not be surprised by any means. I personally think it'd be perfect to hold an all-star race there, especially a throwback all-star race. That's just my little suggestion, but it is awesome to see North Wilkesboro come back to life. I never thought in a million years I would see North Wilkesboro come back. I've always just figured that they were, Speedway Motorsports and just NASCAR, the track people of NASCAR were more focused on the big racetracks. They weren't really focused on short track racing. Especially nowadays, I still don't think they're fully on board with short track racing. So I didn't think, well, if they're not going to be adding more short tracks of already current, up-to-date venues, they're certainly not going to care about North Wilkesboro, a track that has been dead for, well, a decade, but really been dead since 1997, 96. So I didn't think it'd be possible for NWS to have any type of racing or any type of updating or infrastructure updating. I mean, still, you still even have 1996, think about it, still, you even have the old Winston press box. It's that old. It hasn't been touched since 96, 97, which is pretty cool on one side. But then again, it made me think that, there's no way they're going to even think about touching that track. But again, the last 2 or 3 years of NASCAR have proved me to say never say never. So I am stoked that NWS is coming back to having grassroots racing, and I'm confident it can hold a NASCAR race. And I wholeheartedly believe it can host a cup race before the end of the decade. But it's really going to come down to the fans. If the fans show up, if they build enough traction, it will happen. And I guarantee you that the Wilkes County, they are desperate for NASCAR Cup racing. And I think when we get to see grassroots racing come in August and October, I believe that it's going to be sold out. Everyone's going to want to be able to get to see what NWS looks like with actual racing instead of just sitting there like a ghost town dying. I mean, I'm pretty sure Marcus Smith stated, I think 23 or 25,000 people already signed up to get updates on, so that they can get first access looks on getting tickets to be able to see racing events. The fact that that many people signed up before anything has been announced, what type of cars could be racing there, none of that. Already that many people to sign up tells me that there is a lot of hype and anticipation for this race. And I, for one, would love to see what NWS looks like, especially after the infrastructure changes that, if you take a look at the rendering, what Speedway Motorsports is planning on doing as to modernize it but still pay tribute to its history. But yeah, that is going to conclude this episode of Inside the Lines. We only have one story to talk about. It's a very short episode, but again, I am super happy that North Wilkesboro is coming back, and this time I believe it's going to come back for the long haul, I should say. And what are you guys' thoughts on this story? I have a feeling that a lot of you are going to be happy about this announcement, considering that so many people want North Wilkesboro to come back, even if it doesn't get a cup race or if it's not part of NASCAR, just to come back and have some form of racing. I think everyone's happy to see that. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure North Wilkesboro is the only racetrack that everyone loves. Usually with racetracks, there's always a couple people that don't like it, but I think North Wilkesboro is one of the few racetracks that everyone loves. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what the race is going to look like at that facility. Can't wait to see what the future of it looks like. And I have a strong feeling that we're going to see cup racing at North Wilkesboro sometime before the end of the decade. 2025, 26, maybe around that era, but we are going to see cup racing at North Wilkesboro one way, shape, or form. We're going to see it. I am confident in that. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thank y'all so much for all the support you've been giving me on this channel. I know I've been slacking on videos lately. School is just kicking my ass. I'm sorry, but school comes first. Alright? So hopefully maybe during the summer, I have a lighter schedule in school. I can start pumping out more videos for you guys. But yeah, again, thank y'all so much for all the support you've been giving me this year. Can't wait to be able to make more videos. If we got the cup race tomorrow on dirt, hopefully it can produce a good show. But that's it for this episode. Thank y'all so much for watching. My name is Jet, and I'll see y'all next time.